we'll start. So we'll start with returns today. So let's understand the concept of return. Return means, when I was explaining yesterday, that is payment exception. Payment exception means I have received the sorry, I have not received the payment, maybe via direct debit. Via direct debit, I posted the payment. So I posted the payment into SAP. Then I send payment medium to the bank to collect the money. Now, say 10% of the payments were not collected, and those 10% I have to reverse. Okay, basically I have to do reset, clear, and reversal, because the payment has never hit my bank. Although I posted the payment into SAP, but it actually did not hit my bank. Now I have to reverse this payment. I have to undo this payment. Okay, so what will I do? I will reset, clear, and reverse this payment. Why reset, clear? Because as soon as I post the payment, it must have cleared the invoice. So this clearing I will undo, is because we learned yesterday, if an item is already cleared, then we cannot directly reverse. We have to undo the clearing, then I have to reverse it. Okay, so that is called return. Okay, or any question on the concept? Okay, so let's go to the system and see how we can configure returns. Under business transactions, we have returns. So first we have to configure return reason. Maybe there can be different reason due to which the payment is failed, because I need to once the payment is failed, or once the bank is not able to collect the money, bank will not inform the customer, bank will inform us, and we as a company will reverse the payment and we will inform the customer, and I have to state the reason, because if I don't state the reason, then the customer will not take the appropriate action. Because say our house bank is HDFC Bank and the customer has a bank account in SBI. Now there are four parties involved. I informed HDFC Bank to collect money from, say, Arpita's bank, and Arpita's bank is SBI. Now HDFC Bank could not collect the money due to a reason, say insufficient fund. Now insufficient fund, this return reason I have to configure. Once I configure, then bank will inform me that the failure reason is insufficient fund. So I will come to know, I will inform Arpita saying you have insufficient fund. Then Arpita will check her bank account. Okay, does if the fund amount is short of the exact, not exactly matching the payment amount. There can be different reason, like no authorization. That means although her account is set as in auto pay, but actually auto pay means in the CA master I just assign the payment method. But that's not all. She must inform her bank that uh, when some other company or some other bank will try to deduct the money, whatever be the money, it's not a fixed amount. Her bank should allow, SBI should allow. So if SBI does not allow, then the return reason can be no authorization, or there can be different reasons. So for those, all the return reason we have to configure. I'm going to configure only one return reason. In real project you will see different return reasons will be configured. So I'm going to configure, say, 903. It's a 3-digit, and my house bank, here we don't have F4. So FI12, what is my house bank for 0903? It is HB01. So now I must assign the return reason with the house bank, because the house bank, I mean, this bank I have instructed to collect the money, and this bank will inform me that I could not collect the money and due to this XYZ reason. So return reason has to be configured and it should be assigned with the house bank. Okay. Now, what kind of return is it's a bank return? History. Once it is returned, how long do I want to store the history? 999 days. 3-digit maximum number I can put. That is the maximum number of days I can store the return reason. Why do I need to store the return reason? Because due to any say the customer is asking for us something, some say customer is asking for a payment assistance or an installment plan. Now I want to see if the customer has defaulted earlier. For that I have to go to, there will be a table. Once I complete, then I'll show you return history. So from that table I can come to know, okay, this customer has defaulted in the recent past. If not, then okay, fine, I can allow payment assistance. Okay, so for that we can go to the history. Now for the very first time we are going to the credit worthiness point. Okay, so credit worthiness point here means uh, every time this is the first default path. I told you slowly in the second half we are going to hit the default, in the default area. So first time the customer is defaulting. Earlier we went through all the happy paths. Now the customer is defaulting, so whenever it fails I have to assign credit worthiness point. Say I'm going to assign say 15 credit worthiness point. Every time a payment is returned, I will post a 15 credit worthiness point. You already saw the usage of credit worthiness. An example of credit worthiness numbers usage, which is in the releasing of security deposit. Okay, then I need to send information to the customer, like the way we created for SD security deposit. Similarly, one correspondence I need to send. So for that a correspondence form need to be assigned. Again, clarification account I'll assign later. I'll not assign here. Then here I will assign the reason why the payment is failed. Say I create no authorization, or maybe I'll put it insufficient fund. Okay, it is not a check return. If it is a check return, then you will choose a void reason. Okay, so it's a bank return, void reason is not required. This is the return reason. Now in the return, how many activities we need to perform, that we can assign here. Okay, so what are the activities? Say for example, mostly they have two activities. Okay, so first activity, now I am tying it with my company code, because earlier I just created the return reason. That return reason can be used by any company code. Right now I'm assigning it to my company code. Here I will give the customer two chance. First chance, please, first chance means whatever due to whatever reason, please say if it is insufficient fund, please put money into your bank account and we'll attempt again the direct debit. And again on the second attempt, if again the DD fails, then I will remove the payment method. Because running DD one day and getting a return on the next day, it can be like an infinity loop. If the customer cannot keep up, then it's better to remove the DD. So if I remove the DD, there will be no payment posted one day, and on the very following day, very next day, there is no question of reversal. So two chance. Okay, first chance I'll call it chance number 0. Okay, credit worthiness I have already assigned, no need to assign anything here. Then if first time the payment is failed, I will give them say 7 days ka mohalat. 7 days, I will allow them 7 days to fix it. Due to whatever reason, I will allow them 7 days. That means I will defer the document by 7 days. Okay, that is every document has a due date. The due date will be deferred by 7 days. That is after 7 days the DD will be attempted. You can defer like this, or you can put a payment lock. Okay, so I say for example I set a payment lock number S, no payment for 7 days. Okay, so both of them are not required. I'm just showing what are the options we have, what are the activities standard SAP allows. I can set a dunning lock. Ideally, if the customer is on direct debit, dunning will not work. Okay, because dunning and direct debit does not work together, because if the customer is on auto pay, that means customer is on business initiated payment. Business initiated payment means it is company's responsibility to collect the money. So there is no point to dunning. Okay, so dunning lock option available, but ideally dunning lock is not needed to be set. Dunning lock can be set at document level or at contract account level. Incoming payment lock can be set at document level or at contract account level. For how many days you can assign? This is for refund. Outgoing payment lot can be set. Incoming payment lock at contract level, you can set. Outgoing payment lock at contract level, you can set. Dunning lock at contract level. These many features are available. Okay. Now, ideally, I don't need to do deferral plus dunning lock. One thing will do, but deferral plus payment lock. One is enough. But I'm just showing. I am doing both to show you the output, the income. The impact. What will be the output? For that, I'm showing. I'm assigning these two locks. Next, I will charge. I will calculate some charge every time the payment gets failed. I will charge some money because say $100 payment is failed, I will charge $5. So next time it will be due by 105. Okay, so I'm going to post some charge and I will send a correspondence. If you check this, only then the letter will be generated, because customer will never know. My bank came to know that the like my HDFC bank came to know that the payment could not be collected. I came to know 903 came to know, but I never, if I don't send any communication to Arpita doesn't know that she has 7 days to fix all these things. Okay, be it insufficient fund, authorization issue, whatever may be the reason. So she has this many days, and within the 7 days she must fix it. That's why I must send her a letter. Okay, create correspondence. So this is my activity number 1. Now I will create one more activity, that
Vikrant,
is, yes, tell me.
for this deferral days, when we are saying that 7 days or whatever days we fix it, so how it is means going to impact deferral
The
means
due
are we
date will
going
be,
to again
the due date of the document will be automatically deferred by 7 days. Okay, say yesterday 13th of April was the due date. Okay, yesterday via direct debit the payment was posted, and today 14th of April bank told me that Arpita doesn't have enough fund. So with this 7, what will happen? From 13 plus 7, so the due date will automatically become 20th. Okay, and
okay, so
also,
it will be presented to bank again after 7 days
yes, no.
automatically.
Why? Because since my due date is in future, so on 14th run, 15th run, this document will not be picked up. This will be again picked
Hmm,
up on 20th run. Okay,
hmm,
so both
hmm,
due date deferral and dunning lock for 7 days, both of them will have serve the same purpose. Okay, so
hmm,
20th till 20th, nothing will attempt, no payment will be attempted. Okay,
hmm,
this will automatically happen based on this config. This will automatically happen because every day in FICA, a lot of customer who will, nobody will manually change this. Okay, nobody will keep
hmm.
track. So this is my first warning.
So
Now
this
again,
charge will happen after this 7 days or in this
no,
means
uh,
itself.
itself right away. As soon as the payment is returned, then right away a $5 or whatever charge I'm going to define, that will be posted.
Okay. Okay. So that will happen immediately
Yeah,
on this one.
immediately.
And this normally, this thing, this entire return thing, it happens on the this business initiated payment only, right?
Yes,
Normally.
mostly. Yes, mostly.
Okay. 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 Fine. I have one, two question, but maybe you will means clarify in this conversation. If not, then I will ask. Continue.
Okay. Again, return will come only when the payments are posted into SAP but not collected from bank. In those scenario, it will be posted. So it may happen that in the payment run, if in the payment run also, say I post the payment into SAP first, I get the money from a third party payment collector or someone. Okay, from that file in the FP05 I posted, and after and it is posted first in SAP but not into bank. It is not credited into my bank account. Later, while crediting into my bank account, I come to know that this money, although the file says that the money is there, but actually there is no money. Bank does not have money. Bank did not receive. In that case also, this return will be done. So in that case, that will be a customer initiated payment. Still, return can be posted. The thumb rule is, if the payment is posted into SAP but not in bank, then while actually posting into bank, they realize that the payment is not actually received, then the return can happen. Okay. Now, second activity. Click on new entry. Now I'm going to do one more activity for the same company code. This time I'll call it number of return 1. Earlier I told it 0, now it is 1. Now no deferral. Straight away I will delete incoming payment method. I will again post calculate some charge. Not only I'll every time it fails I have to pay charge. Also this time I will delete payment method and I will inform, I'll create a correspondence. Okay, so this correspondence will be, the language will be a bit different. Previous correspondence it's saying, please your return got failed due to this xyz reason, please fix it within 6 or 7 days. And this one will say, we have attempted the payment collection for the second time, again it got failed, we have removed your direct debit, you are not in auto pay anymore, next time onwards please pay it manually. Okay, the verbiage will be different. So to return activity I have configured and I am going to save it. Okay, now let's go to the charge. It says individual entries cannot be put into charge request. That means for each return activity I cannot decide the charge. The charge is at return reason level. So if the requirement is for first return my charge is $10, for second return my charge is $15, standard SAP doesn't allow, you have to find an event. Okay, so this return charge is under return reason. Every time it fails, the same every time it fails due to this return reason, the same return charge will be posted. Okay, now here amount limit, that means here is a charge amount, but SAP allows us amount limit. That means say if the return amount is more than $5, then calculate charge. Sorry, if the payment that is returned now, suppose the payment is of $5, then should I charge for $5 failure, should I charge $5? If the company says yes, then, so if the company says that there is a threshold, if the amount is less than this, they do not charge any money. This is that field. So mostly the companies do not enter any value, that is for 1 cent as well they will charge. Okay, so this is not company's rule, this is the bank's rule. The house bank will tell that for every failure you have to pay me this amount. Have you ever seen your check got bounced? One of my check got bounced because I overwrote the date. So I wrote a check to a promoter back in 2016, but I wrote the date. There was a overwriting. So my bank was Kotak Mahindra Bank and the promoter's bank was SBI. SBI straight away dishonored the check and it deducted 250 rupees from the promoter's account because the promoter's bank is SBI. It did not deduct, SBI did not deduct from my account because from Kotak Mahindra, SBI doesn't have any authority to deduct money from my bank. So what happened? Due to my mistake, the check got dishonored. Next time I wrote a check of 4 lakh 250 to cover him because the loss is incurred. The loss happened from his account. Now promoter will tell, due to your mistake, why should I bear the loss of 250? So you'll pay me 4 lakh 250. So whatever charge you are going to see, this charge is actually deducted by from 0903 by HB01, not the customer's bank. That's why this charge will be not borne by 0903, it will be passed on to the customer. And here I can put the charge, say $5 charge I'm going to post 0,03. Okay, now if your bank has a requirement that I want a slab that for up to $10 failure I will charge $2, beyond $10 I want to say 10 to $30 I will charge $5, 30 onwards I will charge something. So in that case, again, standard SAP will not support. You have to find an event and you can enhance from the event. Also, if your bank says no, my charge is not a fixed value, it's a percentage of the payment which got dishonored, again, that also you have to find an event. I'll show you return events. Return event starts from 250 till 299. Okay, so once I complete return, I'll go to the event, I'll show you. So from you have to enhance. Okay, so and you click on save. So enhancement I'm not showing right now. Even after that I can guide you, I cannot show because I can tell you how to design, but I cannot do the programming. Okay, so Now my return reason is configured. Next, I'm coming out of return reason. So here I have two activities. Activity number 0, activity number, how come? Hang on, I don't see the first. Okay, I have two activity. This is the first activity. So here I will allow 7 days warning and I will not delete payment method. In the second activity, I will not put any deferral and all. I will straight away delete incoming payment method, and both for both the return activities, uh, charge will be calculated, and for both the return activities, correspondence will be sent. Okay, so this is done. Next, assign return reason to house bank. So whatever return reason we configured, that is our return reason, but house bank may not follow our return reason. Okay, so our return reason is 0903, but house bank may follow a return reason call in the sequence A1, B1, C1, like that. So here we will assign the house banks, I mean the HB01, whatever bank I have, my house bank return reason naming convention versus SAP return reason that I configure in SAP. Okay, so because whenever the return file will come, it is file based. Manually it will not happen. Failure items will come via file. Okay, same thing I'll show you. Like the payment raw file will come, we have to convert it into SAP readable format. Then finally the payment, the return will be posted via batch. First I'll show you manual return, then I'll talk about those automated batch return. So whenever the batch return will come, I have to map our return reason. This is RR, means our return reason. It's not Rajasthan Royals. It is return reason. This is our return reason, and this is house bank's return reason. So we have to map. Here I'm not going to map because I'm not going to, there is no interface. So I will not receive a file. Okay, if you receive a file, then you can map it for your company code and house bank return reason and SAP's return reason. Okay, so I'm going to skip the this config, but I just explain the concept. Why do we need this config?
So we can have multiple this thing also for the same house bank and company code. We can have multiple
Multiple
reason, right?
return reasons. Yes, yes, yes. So I initially when I came here, I told you we'll have multiple, but I'm going to configure only one return reason. Okay, so multiple will come different. I had at least 85 return reason in a US project. Okay, now next is define bank clearing account. Now I have to assign the account number, the account. When I do the return, I have to hit an account, the GL account, which GL account to hit for. So ideally the same bank account is hit. So my 0903 will have two bank. One is a cash test and the other one is the actual GL. So the same bank GL is mostly hit. So here just make it eligible for returns and save. If your FI team says no, I want a altogether separate GL, then click on new entry, create company code, bank clearing account, house bank account ID, and just activate the for return. Since I'm going to use the same GL, so what happens from accounting point of view, whenever we receive the money, we enter bank, debit, customer, credit. Okay, now for return it will be the ulta, that is customer, debit, and bank, credit. Now mostly this bank and this bank is the same. Sorry, this bank GL and this bank GL is
हाँ
mostly
पापा
same in the projects. So FI team will give
हाँ
you the
बोलो ना
bank
क्या
account,
हुआ
but in case the FI team says here one GL, here and separate GL, if that is the scenario, if the FI team at all gives you this kind of scenario, then you will create a new entry here and you enter company code, bank, like you create a new entry, company code, bank clearing account, house bank account ID, and just activate for return. They will not do this. Mostly they will do the same bank account, because when they run the balance, GL balance of the bank account, they want to see how much do I have in my bank. 0903. Keeping the same GL, this will help them in FI side. They will run a balance FBL3, and I don't know if my payments are also hit. sent to FI or not. Let's see. Okay, I did not, after I posted payment, I think before that I did GL transfer. Okay, so they want to see the balance of this GL. Now return items should be deducted. That's why they mostly use the same GL. Okay, so same GL means just activate for return checkbox. So I just checked for return. Now this GL will be posted in the return as well. So this is done. Next, clarification. Again, here also the clarification concept will come. That means suppose a customer has made, Arpita has made two payments, January, February. Now bank has said that one of the payment is returned. Now if she is in CI, she is doing recurring transaction, in that case her recharge amount is same. If she is a gas customer or electricity power customer, then the consumption will be different. January month's electricity bill may not tie up with February month's electricity bill, but she is in a, say she is using Geo Fiber. Every month she is paying 999. Now if my bank says that 999 is returned, now what will happen? Ideally first in last in first out should be the case. That is the last 999 I will return. Okay, but it may happen due to different reason that it may end up in clarification. Okay, maybe the bank is sending me some incorrect information, say Arpita's customer contact account number is incorrect, or whatever contact account number bank has in returned, that with that CA number I cannot find any entry in my FKK VKP. then then what will happen? I have to reduce my bank balance. Although same thing, previously when payment goes to clarification, I have to increase my bank balance, but I don't know which customer to credit. And in this case, I have to reduce my bank balance, but I don't know which customer to debit. So I'll do clarification to bank, clarification debit bank credit, and later customer debit clarification credit. Okay, so same concept. So new entry 0903, company code, house bank is HB01. Any payment returned from HP01 will go to, now I have to create a GL account /OFS00, which will be used as a return clarification. It is a balance sheet account. 115 is payment clarification. I'll create 116 return clarification. 116. Okay. Okay. I have used the same in the earlier, what do I say? In the earlier companies as well, company code, because all of them are assigned to the same chart of account. Okay. So balance sheet account. This is open item management should be activated, because clarification should always have open item management, because if any amount left in clarification, that means that is not clarified. Okay, save. I have assigned the GL account. Next, charge, same account will be hit. For charge, main sub will be needed. Define account assignment for new item. New item means the charge. Sorry, new item means the charge, because it will not only reverse the payment, along with that it will post another entry. It will post another entry like customer debit, and similar to revenue credit, it will post a return charge credit, RC credit. Okay, so this is a new entry. Original entry is reversed by this entry, along with that a new entry is posted, that is a charge. Okay, so for charge, main sub is needed. What main sub is used? Main sub 7010 or 7011 can be used. Okay, if you have multiple charges, then you can use, or if you want to reverse the charge rather, then you can use 7011. So 7010, 7011 must be assigned. So again, if you change it, then oh sorry, you cannot change it. It's a, it, you can change, it's editable, but it is as internal main transaction. 70 is the internal main transaction. So as I mentioned, wherever internal main transactions are involved, you must do assign the proper debit credit indicator, because from the external to internal, then internal will perform that activity. Okay, so it is at client level. So if you change it, it will be changed for all company codes. Okay, determine document type and clearing reason for return. Okay, here the return charge will post with this document type. Return will be clearing reason will happen with 10. Okay, do not enter any specific company code because I want it to be applicable for all. And when the return lot will be posted, similar to payment lot, in the return lot you can post the return against document number, check number, BP, contract account, payment order, like against different order. I mean different item you can do. So I have defaulted it as B. That means the return will post against document. If you post the return against document, then there is no confusion. Like payment also, document is the lowest drill down level. If you mention the document level, then it will it will be correct only. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, this is done. Okay, now the 70-10 I have to assign. So again, the main transaction is created, sub transaction is created. I will start from the other receivable node. So I will go back to basic function. Here posting document, basic setting. Sorry, document, maintain document assignment, maintain transaction for ISO. Here we have a dedicated node for return. Ideally, I go to other receivable, but since I have a dedicated node, again both of them leads to the same screen. Maintain transaction for returns. Come here. And create the combination of company code, main sub, and debit credit indicator. New entry 0903. I don't have a division. Returns, return charges 70, 10, debit. Okay, so internal transaction is populated. It is a debit because it will increase the customer's balance. Customer debited here. When payment come, it reduces. When payment is reversed, it increases customer's balance. Again, a new charge is posted. As I told you earlier, I used to owe 4 lakh to my promoter. Now I owe 4 lakh 250. Okay, so debited. Again, my balance is increased. So it's a debit. Again, if you don't remember, since there's a main transaction, sorry, internal transaction involved, it will correct you. It will the error message will come, correct the indicator. There are only two indicators. If you do credit and get an error, that means it has to be debit. Okay, simple. Save. 11 you can use for reversal. I'm not going to use. I mean, you can configure as well if you ever want to reverse a return charge. Now I will go ek01, ek02, flash o, ek01, single copy 0070. Save. Slash n ek02, single copy. Now here I will need a separate GL, because when I record invoice, my accounting is here. My accounting is customer debit, revenue credit. But here revenue Oops, sorry. So here revenue, not original normal sales revenue is created, but here return charge is created. So again, FI team will need to know that how much revenue I have collected when they run the GL balance. They want to separately know how much what do I say, how much revenue have I collected and how much return charges have I collected, because this return charge is not a income. This we have to pay to the bank because bank has already deducted. So this is the adjustment. So they want to record these two in two separate. For example, let me tell you a live example. So I provide FICA training and I provide videos. Okay. I provide certification dumps. Three things. Now, say I create separate GL. So I create one GL1. Here I create GL2 and here I create GL3. At the end of the financial year, if on 31st March I want to see how much revenue have I earned, if I put everything into one GL, then I will not know that how much recording or maybe how much revenue have I earned. If I create three separate GL, when I run each GL's balance, then I will tell you I will understand that okay, all of the three are my revenue only. But here I will understand, okay, I have earned this much via the live training. I have earned this much via videos because many people they don't the timing may not clash. I mean may not be suitable for them. They take the videos or they maybe take for RAR video, CI video, entire BREAM video, not only FICA, whatever video they will ask, or maybe somebody will buy certification. So that way I can understand, okay, which I have earned and what is the segregation. So like that, revenue GL and return charges GL are separate. Okay, so I'm going to create a return charges GL real quick because the call will disconnect in around 2 minutes. FS00. So it is a profit and loss account. Okay, I'll just copy for all zero. I'll make it 4001. Okay. Okay, return charge, same name. I use this planet and display. Okay, open item management will not come here because open item is not eligible. I mean, not required for profit and loss items. Only balance sheet items. For balance sheet item, open item management is required, and also wherever you want to reconcile, like clarification, the clearing item, they will require open item management. Okay, and since this is a P&L account, I will go to edit cost element. Okay, and I will assign. So we don't have to think about the GLs. The GL will anyways, the FI team will give us. We'll just ask the FI team which GL you want to use, and maybe you can configure and you just assign here. Okay. So EK01, EK02 both done. Next, I'm going to run the end user part. Maybe we will,
So in
let
this
me,
CO account assignment, we will enter profit center, right? What exactly?
yes. Yes, you'll enter profit center, but as I mentioned that I did not activate profit center accounting, all the revenues I'm collecting in the cost center. Okay. Because profit center accounting I did not want to go into detail of.